Yo, welcome to the Ant-Man channel on this Sunday, the 7th of July, 2013. I normally don't report this. It's not even late here in the Pacific time. It's only 8 o'clock, 8:14. But, I never really post anything at this time. But I just have so much news, I really do. I don't know why all this news is coming in from like a day or a day after. But anyways, I hope you guys all had a good and safe Independence Day weekend. I'm not going to call it the 4th of July. Let's just start calling Christmas the 24th of December. Let's just start calling New Year's the first of, you know what I mean? It's like, let's not even have any meaning to the holidays anymore and celebrate them and keep lying to our kids that the Easter Bunny is going to come and, it's ridiculous, okay? When I was a little kid, I used to think like, man, parents that tell their kids that there's no Santa Claus are mean. Now it's the opposite. I'm like, people that lie to their children are mean, because that's like, you're giving them misconceptions and these notions that don't, they don't serve any good purpose at all. They really don't. I mean, people don't look at the small things as a big deal, but they are a big deal. You know what I mean? They are. They are. They affect a person's entire psyche. If you tell a kid, you're an accident, tell him that when he's born all his life, he's probably going to question his existence. You feel me? Alright, it's time to have a little bit of a compassion out there, It's fun to see people fall flat on their face, and then we could send it to Rob Dyrdek, and he can expose stupid people all his life, and that's that's his purpose in life. Congratulations, Rob Dyrdek. You're an awesome guy, man. He used to be my favorite skateboarder, by the way, in middle school. Anyways, I'm totally sidetracked. Anyway, the article I got in front of me here is from WND. It is called Greatest Political Opportunity of a Lifetime. Exclusive Joseph Farah offers plan to return U.S. to constitutionally limited government. And if you want to look at this for yourself, it's under commentary on WND.com. Greatest Political Opportunity of a Lifetime. Joseph Farah wrote this. I don't read too many Joseph Farah commentaries because he could write some pretty long commentaries, man. But that guy is to use a gangbanger term, that guy is a G. That guy is a G. Only it doesn't mean what it means. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? He's not a gangster, thug, punk. He's a good guy. He's a guy who cares. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's weak and pathetic, right? Anyways, are you ready to get radical to preserve American liberty? Are you ready to think and act outside the box to return to America to constitutionally limited government? Are you ready to try out some ideas that will shake up business as usual in Washington? Are you ready to join a grassroots political movement to return America to the lost principle of constitutionally limited government? A goal we're losing ground on every day in Barack Obama's America. If so, we must understand that Obama and the Democratic Party cannot continue to grow government without the total complicity of the Republican Party. Obama and the Democrats don't make any excuses for wanting unlimited government. Before I read on, I mean, that's like what the whole NSA thing is. They want to get this entire, they want to have so much information on you that they want to be able to predict your actions, like straight up pre-programming, like straight out of a movie in Hollywood, Minority Report. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's for. That's why that's why Verizon got punked into giving them all of their their call information and all that data, because they want to be able to be like, they're going to weed out the Christians, by the way, okay? They're going to weed you out because they know that we're the real warriors around here. We don't step down. We don't, we don't just let people walk all over us, and we don't compromise our liberty. We don't compromise what we built our life on, We don't compromise who we believe in. We don't compromise the Word of God, Jesus Christ. We don't do that. That's why, and they know that. Believe me, they know that. That's the whole purpose. I feel special. I feel special when my own government is coming after me. It's kind of creepy, though, but, I'm not a Christian because I'm afraid to die. I'm a Christian because I'm afraid of living my life without God, Life sucks out there for people who don't have God, If you're a guy who's never heard of God, or you've rejected God and you persecute Christians, I'm sure God does not, He just lets stuff happen to you, man. Just like why there's kids that die in Syria and in Libya all the time. You know what I mean? That's why that stuff goes on, man, is because We live in a world of sin, and you're all, even me, even being a Christian does not mean that I'm going to have an easy life. If it were easy, we'd all be doing it, right? It's because I'm willing to live my life as a servant, and even more. But, God doesn't see me as a servant, He sees me as a son, but I want to serve God with my life, and I do. I lead worship at my church, and I'm so blessed by that. I am. I'm totally blessed to see people get inspired and get in the Spirit through my voice. There's nothing like that, you guys. There's nothing like serving God. If you're going to serve, if you're going to hate, if you're going to be a hater, hate evil. There's nothing that God doesn't forgive. So, you know what I mean? Just know you're forgiven. Put it away. Knock it off and come and serve God. You'll be in the right team. You'll be in good company. Anyways, there's my Christian evangelizing for the day. But anyways, reading on, Republicans claim to support constitutionally limited government. In fact, few, if any, Republicans would ever be elected to office if they didn't at least pay lip service to the strict limits the Constitution places on the federal government. Well, let's do some history, like, real quick before I read on. Remember who the last president was that stood up to the Federal Reserve? Do you remember? Because I get sick and tired of people using that clip to just make a statement, to just show you some shock value, you know what I mean? JFK, he got his wig split for all of us. He wasn't thinking about himself, man. He was thinking about all of us. You notice that people get their wig split, or they get whipped, or they get crucified, or whatever, because they care about you? Do you think I hate you? Do you think I'm trying to be a really bad taskmaster by telling you the truth? I do it because I love humanity. I love the good. I want to see the good in everyone. But we're so used to a world that is about, slandering people. You go to a grocery store, you can't not get away from all the tabloids of slandering people, exploiting people. That's what you're used to, right? It's trendy. Hey, look at Matt talking about God when he's a filthy sinner, has a felony. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. Never claimed to be either. Alright, I'm going to stop wasting your time. So how do we use this critical philosophical difference between the two parties to put the Republicans to the ultimate test? If they pass this test, Washington returns overnight to something resembling constitutionally limited government. If they fail, America at least will know the Republicans are not true to their word, not serious about liberty, and we can build a third party that does, or start organizing the revolution. Hey, why not, you guys? I have a really good idea. Instead of letting the liberal perverts boss us around and tell us what to do and poke their finger in our chest all day, I say we stop being passive. These people are going to get us in a lot of trouble, man. They're going to get us in a lot of trouble. So why not stand up to them? And by the way, you're not my enemy, man. You're a human being. You're influenced by bad spirits, man. That's all it is. I'm not fighting a battle of flesh and bone and flesh and blood here. I'm fighting a battle of straits. It's spiritual warfare. That's what they call it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And it is. If you're in the war, then you realize that we're not fighting against each other. We're fighting against the spirits that you let enter your body. You know what I mean? So anyway, so how do we use this critical philosophical? I just read that. Fair enough. Here's the plan to do this starting right now, with a target completion date of the first quarter of 2015. It's called the No More Red Ink campaign. Republicans say that they don't like Obamacare. They say they don't like entitlement programs. I don't either. They don't like wealth redistribution schemes. They say they don't like out-of-control spending. They say they like constitutionally limited government, but the government doesn't like that, huh? They really don't. Well, they've been caught doing too many crimes, you guys. They know it's either us or them at this point, and just face the facts, you guys. It's better for you. But here's the dirty little secret in Washington. Republicans, even with control of only one house of Congress, have the absolute power to stop all of these abuses, and more with one negative vote. Well, Republicans in the House alone can do this. They have the power to return us to something resembling constitutionally limited government overnight. They have had opportunities to do this in the past, and they have more opportunities to do it again in the very near future. They could kill Obamacare. They could kill unnecessary and unconstitutionally cabinet-level departments like education. Oh, that would be a miracle from God. They could kill the EPA. They could kill taxpayers' subsidies for state-controlled media like PBS and NPR. NPR is so annoying. If you guys have never heard NPR, oh my goodness. It's like everyone talks like this, and I'm just talking about liberal nonsense in Hollywood, and it's just politically correct nonsense. I hate it. Besides, anyways, that was my impersonation of a feminine man. Anyways, they could kill all foreign aid. They could kill taxpayer subsidies to Planned Parenthood. They could kill thousands of wasteful and counterproductive programs and much, much more simply by refusing to approve any more raises in the debt limit. See how much time I have left? I could probably read the rest for you. They don't need to bargain with Obama. They don't need to make deals with Harry Reid. They don't need to plead with Nancy Pelosi. God, no. They simply have to say no the next time a debt limit hike comes before them. In fact, House Republicans could do it without even all the Republican votes in the House. They could do it with only 218 or of the 234 votes they control. Could that happen? How could we force the issue? How could we let John Boehner know that his job as Speaker of the House depends on it? That's where the No More Red Ink campaign comes in. To date, this campaign has generated 1.5 million red letters to House Republicans urging them to live up to their own rhetoric and use the political nuclear weapon they have at their disposal. They can't overturn Obamacare without help from the Senate and a signature from Obama, but they can defund it. By freezing any more outrageous borrowing, they can force Washington to live within its means and cut more than $1 trillion annually from federal spending. I figure it will take about 10 million letters to do this before the next debt limit vote sometime this fall. Is this possible? Absolutely. Here are some polling facts and round numbers. 80% of Republican voters say that they want to freeze borrowing. 70% of independent voters say that they want to freeze borrowing. 60% of Democrats say they want to freeze borrowing. Oh, yeah. Jeez, I mean, it's all about externally, I am a righteous man. I am a very righteous man. But behind the scenes, I am a shady, sketchy person. That's what it's all about, you know? Who cares what's on the inside? You can't... You know, they feed you so much Hollywood nonsense that nobody can see past anyone's skin color or what they look like. You know, it's just all so. You know, we're you know what I mean. That's important for you to know. I'm not just saying that because, you know, it's actually the truth, you guys. You know, like all of the media stuff that they push is. It's part of an agenda to get you to be dumbed down and to have a certain type of mentality, a certain type of process of thinking, erroneously thinking that somebody is going to do something like the NSA trying to keep all of our data on our phone calls and how long we've been making phone calls, if we're on Verizon, that is. But that's what it's for, you know. They want to be able to justify every single stupid imagination that they have, you know what I mean? But anyways, I didn't have time to read the whole thing. Go ahead and go look it up if you want. You know, it's on WND.com on commentary under Joseph Farah. He has a good idea. Why don't you go support him? Because he's a smart dude. This is a guy that gets invited to the White House all the time. He's like a regular there. But anyways, subscribe to my video. You know what to do. Hit the button. Come back. You get the news without all the liberal filtering, without all the propaganda, without all the talking points and buzzwords of racism and oh, he said cracker, but that's okay. But she said the N-word. You know what I mean? Get your head out of your butts out there. Let's get real already. Peace. God bless.